series for ABM, and we are covering objective as well as important theory as well as numericals for the subject. Today we will be covering chapter number 6, theory of probability. In my earlier lecture also I had covered some part and some numericals, some theory and some numerical. Today also we will be doing the same. We will be covering some important definitions, theoretical and numericals. Okay, so watch the video till the end. Random experiment. Now these are important points from your examination point of view. Random experiment means what? Random means what? What do you mean by random in our normal life? Random. I'll select a random number. Means what? I'm selecting any number, whatever comes to my mind. Same logic over here. I'm going on a random tour. Means I haven't decided. I'm going anywhere randomly. Okay. So random means anything which is not decided. Same thing over here. A random experiment is any well-defined procedure that produces an observable outcome that could not be perfectly predicted in advance, isn't it? Could not be perfectly predicted. So this is an important point, which cannot be. Now, what cannot be perfectly predicted? Suppose if I ask you today, what will be this stock market Nifty for share market from today to, let's say, 3 months ahead? You can't predict. No one can predict, isn't it? What will be the gold prices after some time? Means, let's say 6 months, for example. No one can predict. So these are all random, which could not be perfectly predicted in advance. There are many examples as such, isn't it? Now somebody might ask you now. Somebody might ask that whether I'll clear CAIIB or not. That is not random. That is never random. If you study, you will definitely clear it. So that's not random. Random means which I don't know at all. Even though I put in all the efforts, because efforts are of no use over there. Yeah, efforts can be put to some extent, but they are of less importance. You don't know the outcomes in that case. So a random experiment is any well-defined procedure. See this procedure, well-defined procedure that produces an observable outcome that could not be perfectly predicted in advance, right? So similarly for your CAIIB also, well-defined procedure, if you study it well, then your outcome is actually cannot be defined. But if you study well, you will produce an observable outcome. You will clear it. So that is the meaning of this random experiment. Similarly in our statistics also, same logic. Suppose if I have 10 numbers, various 10 numbers, where they can be anything. So if I have clubbed them and try to find some sequence out of them, then that is known as a observable outcome. Okay. A random experiment must be well defined to eliminate any vagueness or surprise. Here, well defined. It should be well defined, means what is required should be clearly defined in my mind. Whenever you do anything in your practical life also, as well as in the statistics also, you should have your objective very clear. If your objective is not clear, you will end up into the vagueness. You won't end up anywhere. Okay. So a random experiment must be well defined to eliminate any vagueness or surprise. So now, if in exam the question comes, what do you mean by random experiment, or define random experiment, or it can be random experiment is defined as, will you be able to answer this? So two important words which you should remember: well-defined procedure and could not be perfectly predicted. These two words are important from the exam point of view. Clear? Move on. Type yes in the comment section if you have understood this. So here, your main point is what is to be written in the exam. That's main point. Okay. So focus on that. Okay. Next one, sample space. A sample space S of a random experiment is defined as a set of all possible outcomes of an experiment. What do you mean by this? Okay, let me give you one or two examples over here. Suppose if I say a simple example of coin. Suppose if I flip a coin, either it can be head or it can be tail. Two outcomes are only possible, right? Suppose if I flip a dice means that 6. We used to play in our childhood, Ludo, right? That's 6-faced. So how many outcomes are possible? 6 outcomes. Either I can get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So basically 6 outcomes are possible. right? So what is sample space then? Sample space of a random experiment is defined as a set of all possible outcomes, all. So here in this coin, I am having only two outcomes. So all possible outcomes is 2. Dice, here I am having six outcomes. So all possible outcomes is 6. So this is known as a sample space, okay, where all the possibilities are there. Suppose if I ask you, clearing the CAIIB, so what are the outcomes? There are two outcomes. Either you'll clear it or you won't clear it. It's as simple. So outcomes are 2, right? So this is meant by sample space. What all possibilities are available. Suppose if Chandrayaan 3, right now we are in that mood, right, everyone? Chandrayaan 3. Tomorrow, will it hit? It's here. Sample spaces, it will hit, it won't hit, or whatever may be. What all are the possibilities? The scientists take everything into consideration and they always have the backup plan ready for that. Okay. So that's why sample space is the total amount of all possible outcomes which can come from that experiment. Got it? In the random experiment, the outcomes, also known as sample points, are mutually exclusive. That is, they cannot occur simultaneously. Means what? Mutually exclusive means what? See here, in the random experiment, the outcomes, also known as sample points. See the sample points. So here, these are the sample points. Head is one sample point, tail is another sample point. Here, dice, if I am getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these are the sample points. So these are mutually exclusive. What do you mean by exclusive? Okay. In a coin, can head and tail occur, both of them occur simultaneously? Either it can be head or it can be tail, right? In a dice, can 1 and 2 occur simultaneously on the top? Never. That is called as exclusive. In CAIIB, can it happen that you will pass and fail both together? No. So exclusive events means one of them occurs and second doesn't occur. Okay, so both cannot occur simultaneously. That is the meaning of sample space. Now, why is sample space important over here? Definition is okay, but why is sample space important? Because the formula for probability is, here, probability formula is, what is probability formula? Success is, or we call it required. Success, whatever is my possibility of success upon total number, means SS I'll call it, sample space. Always remember this. Or in simple terms, I always call it required upon total. These are the simple language definition of probability. Okay. Event. Banking event means a declaration of a banking moratorium or any suspension, waiver, deferral, or repudiation of payments by banks with respect to the indebtedness or deposits in the relevant jurisdiction. Very big definition and difficult one, right? Okay, let's read it completely. The imposition by any governmental authority of any moratorium or on or any suspension, waiver, deferral, or repudiation. So these are the two parts of that definition. Event means what? What do you mean by event? Suppose if I say there is a marriage, I have to go to that marriage. Means what? That is an event happening. Okay, I have to go to a cinema. That is an event happening. I have to go for a tour. That is an event happening. Okay, so declaration of a banking moratorium or any suspension. After all, this is also an event. Moratorium, that don't pay interest. What is moratorium? Moratorium means not paying interest or principal up to that part, right? In housing loan, we have moratorium. Students loan, we have moratorium, right? Education loan. So these are all moratorium. So that's an event. Or suspension. Suspension means roughly one and the same thing. This is just playing with the words moratorium, suspension. After all, it means not paying. Okay, keep it simple. Waiver. Waiver means here, there's a difference between suspension and waiver. Suspensions mean later you will have to pay. Waiver means nothing. Gone is gone. That is waiver. Deferral, again similar to suspension. Later you will have to pay. Don't pay it today. Pay it later. COVID. What happened in COVID? Banks had deferred the interest payment, right? Or repudiation of payments by the banks with respect to indebtedness. Indebtedness means this the one who is having the loans. So I'll waive that some loans, I'll defer some this tax part, some interest part. So that is known as an event. Or deposits in the relevant jurisdiction means either it can be deposit or loans. Deposit it happens very less. Mainly it happens in loans. Okay. Imposition by any governmental authority of any moratorium on or any suspension, waiver, deferral or repudiation. We always see these things. Government, whenever the election comes, roughly few months before, there is waiver of farmer loans, right? You all banks get this circular from the state governments. Kindly waive off these loans up to this amount, up to this amount. So that is all an event. Okay, so we are talking here of banking event which relates to the bank, which relates to the finance. Okay, that is known as a banking event. Clear, everyone? Before going ahead, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting number one latest updates on JIB and CIB. Okay, latest updates. From where do I get these updates? Here from IIBF. Direct the updates which are given by IIBF, they are directly received over here immediately. Okay, so updates from IIBF are not only received, they are explained to you also. See here, important part is IIBF updates are very many a times so confusing that students don't understand. So this making them simple is a huge task. Secondly, you get free YouTube series, free YT series. What is this? Okay, let me ask you, what are you watching right now? Right now, what are you watching? You're watching this probability series, right? Sankalpa series. What is that? Have you paid for it? No, free YouTube series. Similarly, you'll get free YouTube series on all the subjects of JIB and CIB. All. So that's why follow this series completely from all the mentors. You'll gain a lot of knowledge. Okay. Subscribe to it now. Click on the bell icon. Click on this like button so that, here, whatever is free, grab it fast. Also share it with your friends. Remember, whatever is free, you should share. Paid, I agree. Some of you might not be sharing the paid version. Of course, you shouldn't because you have paid for it. But whatever is free, you should share. Sharing is caring, isn't it? Mutually exclusive events means what? Things that are mutually exclusive are not able to occur simultaneously. Just now we saw something, isn't it? Exclusive means which doesn't occur at one time. Means either it can be sunrise or it can be a sunset. Both can be together. Of course, somebody might argue. In west it is sunset, in east it is sunrise. Agreed. I am talking from a normal human being perspective, not the intellectual perspective. Okay. So it can be either dark or it can be either light. Let's make it simple example, isn't it? So these two can't be together. It can be a head or it can be a tail. It can be both. In business also same thing. This is typically concerning the undertaking of a project and allocating a budget. So it's very simple. Either you'll complete that project or you don't complete that project. There is nothing in between. In CIB also, either you clear it or you don't clear it. There's nothing in between. Even if you get 59, you have not cleared it. Even if you get 51, you have cleared it. Even if you get 50, you have cleared it. Isn't it? So that is the difference. Exclusive means both the things can't occur at one time. If two things are not mutually exclusive, it means the existence and occurrence of one does not necessarily mean that other cannot exist. Now this is a reverse thing given. Means not exclusive. If something is not exclusive, it means what? Here. This not exclusive. Okay, what does it mean? Not exclusive means they can occur simultaneously also. As I said, dark and night, day and night, there is a twilight in between, isn't it? So that twilight. Or even the marks like this. It can be pass or fail, but in your college exams, you had something different also. First class, second class, then what? Pass was again divided into various classes, right? So anything which can simultaneously occur or simultaneously go on is known as this mutually exclusive, not mutually exclusive event. Okay. Random trial or experiment. What do you mean by this random trial? Again, just now we saw some random name, random definition, right? An operation or experiment conducted under the identical conditions and which has number of possible outcomes is called a random experiment or trial. Here, if the exam question comes about random experiment or trial, typically this definition, this is from your book. So, an operation or experiment conducted under the identical conditions. Identical is very important. Identical means similar. Okay, means here, what do we do in simulations? Suppose if I see something like Chandrayaan 3 is going has gone to the moon, but how was the experiment done? How was the trial of this done? Similar situations were created on the Earth, moon-like situations, and then that is called as what? That is not called as identical situation. Whatever exists in the moon, whatever is the gravity in the moon, same thing is conducted over here. Okay, so under identical conditions, and which has a number of possible outcomes. So various possible outcomes may be possible, is known as a random experiment or trial. So examples are the same which we saw earlier: tossing a coin, throwing a dice, selecting a card from a pack of cards, right? So I can select anything: king, queen, 1, 2, 3, 4, ace, anything, isn't it? So that's called as a random experiment or trial. Now let us see some numericals. I told you, we'll be dealing with important definitions and then we'll be dealing with numericals. In how many ways one ball can be selected from 5 balls? What is this? One ball can be selected in 5 balls. So it is what? It is, always remember, whenever you have to select such thing, you always use the formula of NCR. Okay, what is N? N is total number, sample space, complete sample space. Complete sample space is 5 balls. So N equals to 5. What is the required number of outcome? R equals to 1. What is required? This is required, 1. Okay. So NCR becomes what? 5C1. 5C1. What is 5C1? See here, the formula is this: N factorial upon R factorial into N minus R factorial. Right? This is the formula for NCR. So I'll just input the values now. N factorial is what? 5 factorial upon, what is R? 1. 1 factorial into 5 minus 1 factorial. Sorry, 1 over here. 5 minus 1 factorial. Right? So that becomes what? Factorial means what? Suppose if I ask you 5 factorial means what? Suppose if I am asking you 5 factorial, it means what? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? That is the meaning of factorial. Up to 1 I go. I can write it in this way also. See here, I can write this 5 into, what is this? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. I can write it 4 factorial, isn't it? So 5 into 4 factorial equals to 5 factorial. So this, I'll just solve it now. So 5 factorial means what? 5 into 4 factorial, the whole upon 1 factorial is 1 only. So answer is 1 over here. Leave it. 5 minus 1, that is 4 factorial. 4 factorial. So now what happens? This gets cancelled. So my answer is what? 5. So in how many ways can I select one ball from 5 balls? So that is NCR 5 factorial upon 4 factorial, that is 5. In 5 ways I can select it. Okay. Now I'll give you one thing for homework. You can check it, try it yourself. In how many ways can I select 4 balls out of 5 balls? I can select 4 balls out of 5 balls. And the funniest part is you'll see the answer is same. So if you want, you can check it. You'll get the same answer. 5 factorial upon, because what is the denominator? 4 factorial into 5 minus 4. So it becomes 1 and the same. Right? So that's why always remember, you get such questions in exam for 1 mark. Okay. Second one. From a group of 5 boys and 4 girls, 2 boys and 3 girls is to be selected. How many ways of doing it? Okay. Simple. Let's see. See here, I've taken similar problem earlier. Okay. So see here, what do we want? And important point is, a boy, 2 boys and 3 girls is to be selected. So what is the question? Always focus on the question. Question is what? Look at this. I'll write it over here. 2 boys and, this and word is very important. 3 girls. This is my question. Focus on this only. If it is and, it is multiplication. If this would have been or, then it would have been addition. I'll solve both. Let's see both. Okay. We'll solve first this question and then I'll solve this OR question. Okay. So now let's do it. Keep it simple. See this, boys. This is boy and this is girl. Right. So I want to select what? How many boys are there? 5. So total n equals to 5. What is required? How many are to be selected? 2 boys are to be selected. So R equals to 2. Right. In girls, what is the total number of girls? 4. So n equals to 4. What is required? R equals to 3. Now find out the probabilities of both. So it is what? NCR. So 5 factorial. Again use the same. Just now I gave you 5 factorial upon 2 factorial means R factorial into n minus R. 5 minus 2. 3 factorial. Right? Similarly over here. 4 factorial upon 3 factorial into 4 minus 3, that is 1 factorial. So solve this. This 3 factorial and this goes. Means what happens here? Just now I told you 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. Right? That is the meaning of 5 factorial. The whole upon. Just go on dividing this. 2 factorial is what? 2 factorial 2. 2 into 1. Right? 2 into 1 up to that only. 3 factorial, keep it as it is. Even that is easy. What is this? Big deal. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So 6. Right? So this gets cancelled. 2 1s are 2 2s are. So this becomes 10. Right? Second, about girls. So that is quite easy. 4 factorial upon 3. See, 4 and 3 means it will become just 4 answer over here. Right? That much you can solve it now. 4 into 3 factorial. That goes 3. 4 is the answer. So for girls, I am having 4 ways and for boys, I am having 10 ways. But what is asked? And. So when and is asked, and. Okay. When and is asked, my answer will be what? Answer equals to 10 into 4. Okay. 10 into 4. So that is 40 ways. I can select them in 40 ways. Okay. For this question. So example 2, this answer is over. Now if I ask you a separate question, what did I say? I'll solve for both. Now we'll solve for this OR. Okay. Let me change the color. Otherwise you'll get confused over here. Isn't it? So now for OR. Let me mark it over here. OR. So what is for OR? OR means what? What did I say? Plus. Okay. So it is what? 10 plus 4. So that is 14 ways. So if I want to select this 2 boys and 3 girls, there are 40 ways. If I want to select 2 boys or 3 girls, there are only 14 ways. This is the way the numericals are to be solved. Okay. Now, everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you are getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, whatever you need for clearing your JIB and CIB, you'll get it over here. So download it fast. Okay. Exams are near. Okay. Everyone, before going, let me show you the batches. Importantly, because here, exams are near and fresh batch is starting on September 4th. Let me show you. Let's go to Adda 24/7. If you're having the app, I would always suggest you to go through the app. In the app, what happens? You get coin system. In coin system, what happens? You gain over here. How much do you gain? Roughly around 1%. So not a joke. 1% is a big amount, isn't it? So let's go to Adda 24/7. Let me show you. Yeah. One sec. Hold on, huh? Yeah. Yeah. See this, right? So on Adda 24/7, once you go there, click on the JIB and CIB. Once you click on JIB and CIB, you'll see the CIB November 23. Click on CIB November 23. You'll see this fresh batch which is starting September 4th. See this. Join it ASAP. Because look at this. This huge discounts are going on. Plus you'll see 300 online live classes. 300 hours online live classes. 56 test series. 65 ebooks. Recorded videos are available. What more do you want? Click on buy now. Look at the fees. Okay. Use AUG 80 code. 77 code. AUG 77. Click on apply. Look at this. You're getting a discount of 77%. So 23,999 reduces to 5,519. Huge discount is going on. isn't it? Join it ASAP. Also, you can join Mahapack. In Mahapacks, you are getting multiple batches per subject. Multiple batches means even if you attend 8 to 10 batches per subject, you will have that much revision. That many times revision is a huge thing. See this. Go to Mahapacks, CAIIB Mahapack. Click on CAIIB Mahapack. Look at this again. So you are seeing this recorded videos, 500 hours, online live classes, 122 test series, 216 ebooks, 970 videos. What all do you want? Click on buy now. Look at this. Okay, now validity is 6 plus 6 months. Now apply this code AUG77. So what are you getting? See this. 2-3 advantages you are getting. Number one, 36837 reduces to 8472. Also validity, check this, double validity is going on, 6 plus 6 months. So join ASAP. Such offers don't come every now and then. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow with another series. Till then, keep studying and do join the batches. Okay. Hi friends, welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in the Sankalpa series for ABM and we are covering important theory, numericals and objective questions. Presently we are in chapter number 6. Okay. What is the Sankalp series? In Sankalp series, we are covering all the topics of each and every subject. In this series, at this time, we are covering the ABM. Then at other time, we are covering BFM. At other time, we are covering ABFM. Then BRBL. And central banking and electives also. So that's why follow the series completely. Everyone should follow it. Okay. Okay. So now, let's look at this chapter. Here, earlier I have covered 2 to 3 earlier topics on the same chapter. In this week is totally for probability. So we have covered important events, important theory parts over here. So today we'll be covering some definitions, important ones, and then we'll be covering the numericals. Okay. So watch the video till the end. Okay. Let's start. Event. First definition. What is an event actually? Okay. When we have marriage at a home or some function at a home, what is that called as? That is called as event. Event means what? Something happening, something special happening, or you can call it something happening. Similarly over here, banking event means what? A declaration of a banking moratorium or any suspension, waiver, deferral or repudiation of payments by banks with respect to indebtedness or deposits in the relevant jurisdiction. Now look at this event. What did I tell you about the marriage? It can be any event, right? Means some people are gathering, something is happening, so that you get an event over here, right? Similarly over here, what is happening? Declaration of bank moratorium. What do you mean by moratorium? Okay. Moratorium means, everyone understands. Here, we'll explain each and every term over here. Moratorium. Moratorium means what we have. Where do we have moratorium? We have moratoriums in home loans, right? Generally, we have them in home loans. What is a moratorium? It is a period where I don't have to pay the EMIs. Now, there can be various things, various points to this. For example, if I consider home loan, what do? I don't pay the interest. I'll write it over here. See this. In home loan, what is the moratorium? I don't pay the interest, don't pay EMI, right? I don't pay EMI. I pay only interest. Pay only interest, right? That is home loan moratorium. Is there any other moratorium? Yes, there is. Which one? Everyone type in the comment section. Which one is the other moratorium? Yes. It is. Other one is example, education loan, right? In education loan also we have the moratorium. What is education loan also we have the moratorium. What is educational loan moratoriums here? How does the education loan work actually? Education loan works like this. Suppose if I am having, let's say, how many years? 4 years of engineering generally. So if I am having 4 years of engineering or medical is a 5 years generally. So if I'm having 4 years of engineering, so these 4 years plus 1 year for job searching, 1 year. So total 5 years, the bank doesn't ask from me. Here the bank has given me the loan. So up to 5 years, bank doesn't ask from me any principal or interest. If I want to pay, I can pay. Suppose if my father, mother or my parents are rich enough, they'll pay this interest within this. Okay. So EMI is not paid over here. Interest can be paid, or else bank even says that you don't pay anything up till the time of 5th year. Once you start the job, then you pay this interest, remaining interest also for this period. So year from year, what happens? Your principal amount, loan amount increases along with that interest. So that interest will also be calculated over here. From here, the person will have to pay EMIs, regular EMIs. So this is known as what? Moratorium. Moratorium means here I don't have to pay anything. Okay, that is moratorium. Where else do you find moratorium? Moratorium we found out where? We found out in during COVID time. COVID time, what happened? Government deferred the interest payment of many of the clients. Deferred. So don't pay for those 2 years. Pay it later. So that is again a moratorium. Okay. Or any suspension. Suspension means what? Directly suspended. Not to pay right now. It can be called as similarly to moratorium also. Waiver. Waiver is something different. Waiver and moratorium, they are different. What is waiver? In waiver, remember what happens. In moratorium, I'll have to pay later. But in waiver, I don't have to pay anything. Waiver, right? So equals to no payment. No payment. That is known as waiver. We have many farm loans which are waived, right? We have many times. Farm loans are waived. Then what happens? Next is farm loans, then certain business loans. Business loans are never waived as such. Only farm loans are waived in India mainly, right? So that is waiver. Waiver means that person doesn't have to pay anything. Deferral, repudiation of payments by banks with respect to indebtedness or deposits in the relevant jurisdiction. So with respect to indebtedness means somebody is having the loan but that person is not able to pay the loan. So that is known as either waiver or this suspension, right? So next, event means that imposition by any governmental authority of any moratorium on or any suspension, waiver, deferral, repudiation. So imposition by governmental authority. Generally the waiver comes from the government only during the election time mainly. Look at the state elections many a times. You get all these waivers during that time. Government authority of any moratorium or any suspension or any waiver, right? So this is known as an event. Okay, event means something happening. Okay, mutually exclusive. Exclusive means what? Things that are mutually exclusive are not able to occur simultaneously. What do you mean by this? Not able to occur simultaneously means at one time they will never occur. Which are the examples? Give me one example from your side which will not occur simultaneously. Give me one example. It is number one. Suppose I toss a coin. Toss a coin. What does it do while coin? I'll get either head or I'll get either tail. I won't get both, isn't it? Is it possible to get both in while tossing the coin? Can you get both over here? Never, right? We never get both over here. So that's why the coin tossing means it will give you either head or it will give you either tail. Never will it give you both, right? Sure. So that is one. What is the other one? Other one can be, anyone can give me other one? Other one can be? What is the other one? Right? It can be, suppose dice which we threw during our school days. We played that dice, right? Die, throwing a die, right? So that 1 to 6. So that is again a die, isn't it? So that is mutually exclusive events. Means what? Coin head or tail can never occur at one time. So that is exclusive. So in business also, in business I can either fail or I can succeed. It can't happen at once. Sure. Somebody can say, I can fail in the business earlier and then I can lead in the business at some time also. That can happen. But can it happen right now? I am failing also and I have succeeded also? Never. It's called as binary. It's either this or that. Okay. In business, this is typically concerning the undertaking of projects allocating a budget or allocating a budget. Means what? Undertaking a projects. Means what? Undertaking the project. Project means, suppose if I undertake a project, either it will succeed or it will fail. It will be never in between. Suppose if it gets delayed, then also it's a sort of failure only. I'm not able to do it on time. Okay. So undertaking a project is a type of, will give you mutually exclusive events. Either it will succeed or it will fail. Okay. If two things are mutually exclusive, it means the existence and occurrence of one does not necessarily mean the other cannot coexist. Cannot. What does it mean? It means that suppose if I fail in any business, it doesn't mean I can't succeed. It can coexist, it can exist, but not at the same time. It can come at some other time. That is known as exclusive. Okay. See here, always remember exclusive events are shown like this. This is one and the second part is over. Either it can be over here or this is also an exclusive event. Okay. These are not attached. But inclusive means they are common. They can coexist at one time. So this is not the case in exclusive events. Okay. Everyone subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting the latest updates on JIB and CAIIB. Number 2, you will be getting the free YouTube series on all the subjects of JIB and CAIIB. Okay. So subscribe to it. Click on the bell icon. Click on the like button. Okay. Random experiment or trial. What do you mean by random experiment? Okay, what is the word random called as? Random means what? Random means anything. Suppose if I go to any place which I don't know, then where am I going? I am going to a random place, isn't it? Suppose if I how does the mosquito move in the air? It moves in the random direction. Okay, it doesn't have any specific direction. So that is known as random. So what is random experiment? An operation or experiment conducted under the identical conditions and which has number of possible outcomes is called as a random experiment or trial. So an operation or experiment conducted under the identical conditions. Look at this. Identical. This is important. Identical conditions means those conditions which are similar. Similar. Okay, these are called as identical. Two boys are identical. Two girls are identical. It means what? They are similar looking. Okay. So two countries are identical. It means what? Their culture is similar. Okay, that is known as identical. So similarly, when I say conducted under identical conditions, what does it mean? Under similar conditions and which has number of possible outcomes. Now it can be various outcomes which can come out. Okay, so that is known as random experiment or trial. Got it, everyone? Important part, remember identical conditions and number of possible outcomes. That is known as this random experiment or trial. So example, tossing a coin. Now you will say, how can this be related to identical conditions? It can be. I toss a coin once, so I can get either head or tail. Now second time when I toss, I am again doing it under the identical conditions only. Just now I tossed once, again I am tossing that coin. So now again I can have not only head, I can have tail also. So it's given which has number of possible outcomes. So under the same conditions I have tossed the coin once, again I have tossed the coin in the same condition twice, but here I am getting a different outcome. I am not getting the head. So that is known as a random trial or experiment. I have done it in the identical conditions. Same, I have tossed the coin once. Similarly, I have tossed the coin in the same condition, but I am getting different result. Similarly, throwing a dice. Suppose if I throw a dice, what can happen? What can be the outcomes in the dice? I can either, what is the dice basically? This is the dice, right? Which we played Ludo in our childhood. Right, Ludo. We had all those 6 faces. Then 1 over here, then 2 over here, like this. right? 3 over here, and then all these 6 outcomes were there. So that is throwing a dice. So when I throw a die over here, I can either have 1 at the top or 2 at the top or 3 at the top. So how many outcomes are possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 outcomes are possible because there are 6 faces. Right? Selecting a card from the pack of cards means what? Again, look at this. From a pack of cards, how many cards are there? There are 52 cards. Okay? We don't consider the joker in considerations, right? So selecting a card means I can select any card. If I select any card, so it can be any one of those 52. So what am I doing? Under this, look at this. Identical conditions again. Identical conditions. So the same pack of cards is there. I am selecting once. So again I am selecting the second card. So doing the same experiment again with the similar conditions, but the outcomes may be different. At that time I had got it some, let's say, ace of this heart. I might get a ace of queen, spade then, right? In the second time, anything is possible. So that's why under the same conditions, if I do something and the outcomes are different, that is known as random experiment. Now let's solve some numericals. The percentage of marks obtained by a student on a monthly test are given below. So these are the 5 tests. Now by a student, they are obtained by one student only. So this is one student who is giving these marks. Okay. So what are the tests? 5 tests are there. The percentage of marks are given over here: 69, 71, 73, 68 and 74. Based on the above table, find the probability of the student getting more than 70% of the marks in the test. So more than 70%, where can that student get? Now this is something different, isn't it? What is the answer? Answer it, everyone. How many of you can answer this? Let me see. Very simple. See here, the probability formula is always, what is the formula for probability? Let me draw a line over here. Otherwise it will hide behind my video, right? Probability formula is what? Probability equals to what? Success, whatever is the success criteria, right? Success upon sample space, right? Total sample space, or you can call it simple required upon total. It's that simple. Here we should always keep the formula in simple language. Okay. So now coming back, what is this? How many tests are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what do I want? So total number of tests is what? 5. So I've got it over here. I'll mark this total. I'll write it. Total equals to 5. Right? This is 5. Now what is required or success? Required is, what is my requirement? Required is, I want more than 70% of marks, right? I want more than 70% of marks, right? So in that case, what happens? More than 70% of marks. In how many tests am I getting it? In first test, what am I getting it? 69. So this is less than 70. This is greater than 70, right? Less than 70, then greater than 70, right? So in how many am I getting greater than 73? 1, 2 and 3, right? And these 2 I am not getting, right? So now what is my required? Required is more than 70. So in 3 tests I am getting more than 70. So what is my probability? Probability equals to required upon total. What is required? 3 upon 5. Okay. Or success upon sample space. Sample space means what? I've covered it in my earlier lecture. In sample space, what happens? I take entire, whatever is the gamut, whatever is the total outcomes, I take that. So 3 upon 5 is what? 0.6. So this is my probability, isn't it? Always remember, your probability can never be less than 0 and your probability can never be greater than 1. It will be between this only, 0 and 1. It can be 0 also, it can be 1 also, but it can't be greater than 1, it can't be less than 0. Okay. In how many ways one king can be selected from a 52 cards? Oh, one king can be selected from 52 cards. Again, let's solve it. Probability means what? Probability. Give me the formula now. Everyone type fast. Let me keep it very simple. Required upon total, right? Okay. Now let's get it. What is the total? Total is what over here? Total. How many cards are there? 52. What is required? Required equals to one king, right? One king. But one king can be selected from how many kings? How many kings are there total? Total number of kings. Total number of kings are 4. So I can select any one of these 4. Is it given one king of this, one king of that, something? Nothing. So required equals to 4 over here, right? So when the required number is 4, so my probability will be what? Probability equals to required is 4 upon 52. Now give me the answer. That becomes 1 upon 13. Now solve this, everyone. Everyone solve this. Let me see who all can solve right now immediately. See here, your exams are near. Okay? You can't take the things lightly. Okay? Yeah. What is the answer? 1 upon 13, right? So it is 1 upon 13. 0.07, right? So it is 0.07. 0.07 and 2 something. Okay, 0.7. That much is enough. So the probability of getting one king from a pack of 52 cards is 0.07. Okay. Next one. In how many ways I'll get one ace king can be selected from 52 cards? Means one ace king to be selected from 52 cards. So again, probability equals to required upon total, right? Upon total. So what is required now? One ace king. And what is total? Total is 52 cards. So total is 52 over here. What is required now? One ace king. How many ace kings are there in the pack of 52? How many ace kings are there? Yeah. It's only one, right? How many types of cards are there? We know all these in our Hindi language or our Marathi language or our local language. But in English, how many types of cards are there? Spade. Spade. Then what? Heart. Right? Heart. Then what? Type fast. Spade. Heart. Then other one? Diamond. Correct. Diamond. 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 Spade. Heart. Diamond. Next one. Which is the other one? Fast, fast, fast. Yeah. Which is the other one? Yeah. Which are the types? So spade. This. Everyone. Fast, fast, fast. One more is club, right? Club. Everyone has got it. See here, what happens? We speak about these in our local language, but we don't know about these English words. And these are asked in the exam many times. Okay. So, let's come back to our problem. It is required upon total. So, 1 upon 52. So, that is the answer. That's it. 1 upon 52. What is the answer for 1 upon 52? 0.019. Okay. So, 0.019. This is my required probability. One ace king can be selected from 52 cards. In how many ways can I select one joker card from a pack of 52 cards? Again, simple one. So probability equals to required upon total, right? How many cards are there? Total. How many cards are there? 52. So 52. Okay. How many jokers are there in that 52 cards? How many jokers are there? There are 0 jokers. Joker is outside this pack of 52. So the probability is 0. Okay. Important one, isn't it? So this is a separate question altogether. Okay. The largest and the smallest value of data are given as 60 and 40 respectively. Find the desired number of interval. Now this is from the earlier chapter, first chapter, but it's a revision. So it's very simple. Class width equals to take the maximum one 60, take the minimum one 40, take the number of classes required. How many are required? 5. Okay. So 60 minus 40 is 20 upon 5. Right. That is 4. So that is my answer. 4. Isn't it? Maximum minus minimum upon this number of classes. So that is 4. Okay. Now everyone see here. Download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app you'll be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything. Whatever you need for clearing your JIB and CIB, you'll get it over here. So that's why download it right now. Okay. Also, I would suggest, see here, the batches are starting from September 4th. Join the batch immediately. How to join? You can go through the app. In the app, you are getting 1% extra using the coin systems. Okay. How to join this? See this. Go to Adda 24/7. Click on JIB and CIB. Now click on CIB November 23. Okay. Now you will see this batch. September 4th. Join this Sankalp batch. Done. See this. Online ebooks you are getting. Test series you are getting. Again, live classes, ebooks, test series you are getting everything. Click on the recorded sessions. Ebooks you can see it also. Just click on this ebooks. You will see those ebooks. And once you purchase this, see here, you can go further. Click on this. Okay. Again you will see these ebooks. So these are all locked. Once you purchase this, you will get all these ebooks here, chapter wise, module wise. These are all given over here. Such a good advantage you are seeing over here. That's why I'm saying join it fast. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow with another series, and till then keep studying and do join the batches ASAP. Okay. Bye. 24/7. We are in the Sankalp series for ABM, and we are covering important theory, numericals and objective questions for the same. Okay. Today we will be covering chapter number 7, estimation. Remember, up till now we have covered up to chapter number 6. So follow the series at same time on the same channel every day. Subscribe to it, click on the bell icon. Okay. So let's start with the series. Here, estimation. What is the topic? Estimation. Estimation is an important chapter in your module A of your ABM. Okay. So estimation means, see here, the base of everything is correlation and regression. Correlation is a base for any of these statistics topic, but estimation is a part of that. What do we do in estimation actually? In estimation, we find the estimates, future estimates based on the past results. Okay. So remember, there are two main areas of inferential statistics here. Two main areas. What are the two main areas? One is estimation and second is hypothesis testing. Now what do I mean by this? What is the difference between these two? Hypothesis testing is always done in doctorate. Suppose if you are doing some PhD. So there you have some hypothesis and then you have this testing of this hypothesis, or any research. Any research work will have some hypothesis. What is the hypothesis? Hypothesis means I say there are aliens living on moon. I say it. That is my hypothesis. But when the testing is done, Chandrayaan 3 goes there and checks whatever it is. So that is known as testing. I say all Americans are good. All Americans are generous. They donate a lot. That is my hypothesis. I say all Indians are very good. All Indians. So that is testing. Testing means I need to do the research of that, right? I need to ask questions to various people. So that is one way of getting to an inference. I say all bankers are, what do I say? All bankers are working very hard. Okay, so that is basically testing. So this is my hypothesis. And second is estimation. Estimation is generally done where? Estimation is generally done where I have to give some numerical figures. Generally. Okay, let's see the definition directly. Estimation statistics, or simply estimation, is a data analysis framework that uses a combination of effect sizes, confidence intervals, precision planning, and meta-analysis to plan experiments, analyze data, and interpret results. This is a very precise and complete definition of estimation. See this, understand the difference. Data analysis framework. Firstly, data analysis means what? Past data. Whatever data I am having, and I'll analyze that. Okay? Past data. Always remember this. You can always analyze or predict the future based on your past data. Why did we succeed in Chandrayaan 3? Because we had learned something from the past data of Chandrayaan 2 and Chandrayaan 1. Right? So data analysis framework that uses a combination of effect sizes. Effect sizes means what can be the effect? Major effect, minor effect. That is known as effect sizes. If anything has major impact on any problem, then we should definitely study it. But if something doesn't have much impact, then why should we study it? Isn't it? Okay. So confidence intervals. Now what is this confidence intervals? Confidence interval, we'll study it in further part. There is something called as this point estimate and interval estimate. So there comes a point of confidence interval. Again, confidence means what is the level in which my answer will fall within that given region. Second is precision planning. How much precise my answer is. If the more my estimation is near to the actual value, the better I will be in the position, right? Suppose if I say Reliance share today is 2500, let's say, I'll say after 1 month it will go to 3000. So that is my estimate. And precision means what? If it actually goes to 3000, then I'm precise. Otherwise I'm vague, isn't it? Precision planning and meta-analysis to plan the experiments. Meta means these are all technical terms now. Meta means meta is the software nowadays. Okay. So meta-analysis to plan experiments, analyze data. See, this is again important. Plan experiments, analyze data and interpret the results. Analyze data means what? Whatever data I get, I have to analyze it from various angles. What are the various angles? Angles can be means from the numerical point of view, numerical. From the qualitative point of view, qualitative. Okay. Qualitative point of view. So I can have both the views. And interpret the results. So interpreting the result means what? What can be the future? After all, here, everywhere, in every project, we are always concerned about the future in any organization, any country, anywhere. We are always concerned about that only, isn't it? So the two main areas are estimation and testing of hypothesis. Out of that, we have just discussed this estimation. Now we'll discuss this hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is a type of statistical analysis in which you put your assumptions about a population parameter to the test. Here, put your assumptions. What are your assumptions? Just now I gave you. All bankers are what? Hardworking, working hard. So for that I need to do the survey. Right? So put your assumption. Or somebody might say, what does the common person say? All bankers have a luxury life. All bankers have a very easy job. So this is all hypothesis. These need to be put to test. So assumptions about the population parameter we put to test. Okay, put your assumptions to test. So test means I'll actually do the survey of the bankers. Whether your life is easy or not. Just type in the comment section. Just we'll take the survey right now only. I'll say banker's job is very simple. So just type in the comment section whether it's simple or not. I myself have been the banker, so I know what the life of banker is. So that's it. It's not that simple. Okay. So that's why testing the hypothesis means actually checking whatever I'm assuming, whether it's right or wrong. There's water on the moon. Checking it by Chandrayaan is the testing of hypothesis. It is used to estimate the relationship between two statistical variables. Remember, two statistical. Now it can be variety of statistical variables also. Means what? When my Chandrayaan 3 goes on the moon, will it test only water? Only two parameters, water is there. It will check atmosphere. It will check the soil quality. But when I say between two statistical, it means what? At the time I will consider only two. At the time I will consider only two. Means what? Suppose let's say for the banking as such. Let's take a banking example. In banking, if I say, suppose rate of interest, okay? Suppose if tomorrow rate of interest of RBI, repo rate, let's say repo rate, Repo. Repo goes up. Okay. What are the effects for the repo going up? Suppose if repo rate by RBI is increased, what will happen? So two statistical parameters. Will I consider only two? Means I'll give you some certain examples. Inflation will go down. If repo goes up, inflation goes down. Inflation, it goes down. Right? So that is good for the economy. Inflation down means it's good for the common public, right? Second one, what happens? GDP goes down. Whenever rate of interest goes up, repo goes up, this GDP growth goes down. Okay, so that is bad for the country, right? Then currency rate goes up. Currency. So if tomorrow RBI increases the repo rate right now, wherever it is, it increases, let's say 4% more, 3% more. Indian rupee will be much stronger. The rate of $1 equals to roughly what, 85 rupees it is? 85 rupees. If RBI tomorrow increases the repo rate, this 85 rupees will go down to, let's say, 60 rupees. Okay. So this will go down. So that is good. Value of that currency goes up. Currency value. Remember, value goes up. So that is good. Okay. So how many parameters have we checked? We have checked repo. This is the cause. This is the cause, right? Cause. And these are the effects. So we have checked three effects. But what do I say over here? Relationship between two statistical variables. So there are three. Here means what? This is one. And these are all checked. So what do? We in hypothesis testing, we check each one separately. Means what will happen if the repo goes up for inflation, 1:1, I'll do it. Or what will happen for the repo if repo goes up to GDP, so 1:2, I'll check it. What will happen for 1:3, I'll check it. But each will be checked separately. This is mainly done under correlation. We are having this chapter separately, right? Correlation and regression. We have done this topic. Got it, everyone? Next one. Estimating parameters. Now what is estimating? Estimating means knowing, judging. This means taking a statistic for your sample, from your sample, using it to say something about a population parameter. Means what is all this statistic parameter? Sir, always remember. I'll give you a simple example. Mean. Suppose if I find a mean. Okay, mean. If I find a mean for, let's say, sample size. Suppose if I find a mean for sample. Okay. It is called a statistic. Mean for sample is a statistic. And if I find a mean for population, right? Then it is parameter. So that is the difference between these two words. Okay. Sample is statistic, population is parameter. Always remember this. Okay. So what is the basic logic of estimating parameters? See here, this mean taking statistic from your sample data and using it to say something about the population parameter. What does it mean? It means that suppose if there are 1 lakh persons in the city, 1 lakh houses in the city, okay, and I have been told to do the survey of 1 lakh houses in one day. Is it possible to do it in one day? No. What will I do? This is complete population of 1 lakh. Okay. What will I do? I'll take the samples, something from here, something from here, something from here, and this last one from here. 4 samples I'll take of, let's say, 10 houses or 100 houses, 50 houses. Let's say, okay, 4 samples of 50 houses each from each city. Okay. So what am I doing over here? 50 cities from 50 houses from each part of the city. So that is, and then I'll find a mean. Whatever I'll find do the survey, I'll find a mean of that survey. So this mean, 4 means I'll get. Mean 1 over here, 2 over here, 3 over here, and 4 over here, right? I'll be getting 4 means over here. So these 4 means will be used to give the mean of the entire population. So this is known as taking a statistic from your sample data and using it to say something about the population parameter. Means I'm doing the survey of 50, 200 persons, 200 families, okay, and using it for complete 1 lakh families. Otherwise, what would have been the cost? Suppose if I do the survey of complete 1 lakh families, what is the cost? How many people would be required for doing the survey? Isn't it? So this will give me an exact estimate. This 200 will be applied to 1 lakh. So just 200 cost will be very less as compared to 1 lakh houses, isn't it? So that is meaning over here. Got it, everyone? Okay, one more thing which I want to explain over here is parameter and statistic. Always remember in exam you will get this question on statistic and parameter. Suppose if I tell you simple, let me get it simply. Suppose if I find what are the various points which we find always means various parameters. So it can be mean, mode, median. Okay, these are the three main points we always find out about a sample or population. So suppose if I find a mean of sample, it is called a statistic. Suppose if I find a mean of population, it is called as parameter. Similarly, mode of sample, it is called as statistic. Mode of population, it is called as parameter. Okay. Similarly, median. Okay. How to find this mode, median? Suppose let's take simple example. Okay. Let's do this numerical, mean, mode, median. Suppose if I am having 5 numbers, 5, 2, 7, and let's say one more, chalo, 4 only, let's take it, and 4. Okay. So I am having 4, or let me take it 5 now, 6. Okay. These are the 5 numbers. Now I tell you to find the mean. Mean is very simple. Mean means what? Everyone give me the answer for mean. Mean is what? Just add it and give me the divided by number of elements. So 5 plus 2 plus 7, so 14, 14 plus 4, 18, 18 plus 6, 24. So 24 upon 5. Right, 5 numbers. So this is my mean. Simple. 24 upon 5, whatever it is. 5 4s are 4.8. Alright. So this is my mean. What about the mode? Mode means the number which occurs maximum number of times. Okay, maximum number of times. So who occurs maximum number of times? Okay, let me make this 2 again. 2. Okay, then the mean will also change. Now this is done. Okay, forget this mean. Mean you have got it now. Now this 2. So now what is the mode? Mode means which occurs maximum number of times. So now what will be the mode in these numbers? 2 is occurring maximum number of times. This over here and this over here. So mode will be 2. The number which occurs maximum number of times is known as the mode. Okay, always remember this. The number which occurs maximum number of times is known as a mode. Okay. Median. Median means what? Median is very simple. What do? First I arrange it in serial order, either ascending or descending. So I'll take this 2, then 2, see this ascending I'm arranging, then 4, then 5, and then 7. See the same number I have, but I have written it in the serial order. So whenever I am having these numbers, okay, and then what is the median? Then the central number will be the median number. Which is the central number? This 4. This is the median. That is known as a median. So now you will ask me the question over here. Sir, 5 numbers is very easy. Suppose if you have 4 numbers, then what? In that case, what will I? Suppose I don't have 7. Then what is the median? Central number. Logic is same. Central number. Where is the central number over here? Then I am having 2 central numbers, 2 and 4, right? These are the 2 central numbers. What will I do? Central number means center of central numbers. Means again mean of these 2. So it is 2 plus 4 upon 2. So that is equal to 4 plus 2, 6, 3. So that will be the median. So if you have 4 elements or any even number of elements, then it will be the average of the middle 2 numbers. That is the basic definition of mean, mode and median. Okay. Now shall I ask you one question, everyone? Shall I ask you one question? Let me get it. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you over here. Let me remove everything. Now you have got this. Understood it? Let me remove all these things. Give me the mean, mode and median. Mean, mode and median. Okay. Median. Give me the mean, mode and median for, let's say 3 numbers I'll ask you. 5, 2 and 7. Now everyone give me the mean, mode, median immediately. Mean. What is the mean? Everyone do it fast. Let's make it simple, isn't it? 3 numbers only. So mean, mode, median. What is the mean? Everyone. 5 plus 2, 7 plus 7, 14 upon 3, right? So 14 upon 3, 14 upon 3, right? 3 4s are 4.66. Mean. What about this median? Median is what? Arrange in serial order. So serial means I'll arrange this as 2, 5 and then 7. Then my median is the central number. So 5. Median, sorry. Median. Median it should be. Median, right? And mode. Now what is the mode? This is difficult over here. Mode over here is what? Which occurs maximum number of times. So who is occurring maximum number of times? No one. All are occurring maximum number of times. All are occurring equal number of times. So mode, all are modes over here. All are modes. Okay. So the one which occurs maximum number of times is a mode. So here all of them are modes. Okay. Got it everyone? Everyone subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel you will be getting the latest updates for JIB and CIB from IIBF. Not only you will get the updates, but you will get basically the explanation for those updates. Because what happens? Many times IIBF gives the notifications and that is not clear to the common banker. So that has to be explained. So that explanation you will get it over here. See this updates. One, updates you will get it, latest updates. And second, you get free YT series. Free YT series, okay? Free YT series, YouTube series. So that is also very important. Right now what are you watching? You are watching the same free YouTube series. Similarly, you get it for all the subjects of JIB, ABM, BFM, ABFM, BRBL, for CIB. And for JIB also you get it for the same. So that's why subscribe to it. Click on the bell icon, click on this like button, okay? Immediately. Share it with your friends. That is also important, isn't it? An interval estimate. An interval estimate is a range of values used to estimate the population parameter. See this. A range of values. Range. Interval. What did I tell you? Confidence interval. I told you that we will be having this topic again. This is the same. A range of values used to estimate the population parameter. It indicates the errors in two ways. By the extent of its range and the probability that the true population parameter lying within the range. So what do you mean by all these things? Things are a bit difficult, isn't it? Let's make it simple. Suppose if I say India is having a match, okay, cricket match, let's say. Everyone loves cricket, yeah. We bankers don't find time to watch cricket nowadays, right? Because too much pressure in the banks. Suppose if I say, how much will the Indian team score? So can I say right now, suppose if it's a 2020 match, okay, can I say exactly that, okay, India will score 157? Will I say that? Can I say that? No. What can I say? I can say that India will score somewhere between 140 to 160. So this is known as the interval estimate. Interval means I am giving a range. See this. Range of values used to estimate a population parameter. Range of values. Now where my test lies? Whether I am able to estimate it correctly or not, everyone knows. Nobody can estimate this 157 figure. If India scores 157, nobody can estimate it. Even everyone knows in this world. Everyone can, what can you judge? You can only judge the range, either 140 to 160. Tomorrow if India scores, let's say 120, then I'm far behind this range, isn't it? I've given the wrong estimate altogether. See this. This is meant by this, the probability of true population parameter lying within that range. So actual score of India lying within 140 and 160. So that is known as probability and the extent of its range. Now extent means what? Suppose if I give you, simple example I'll give you. I'll say India, I have to give the range, okay. I'll tell you, India will score anywhere between 0 to 500 in 2020 match. 0 to 500. It is the estimate. The extent of its range. Look at this extent of its range. It's of useless, right? Giving some estimates, such estimates. 157 will definitely lie in between, isn't it? So a range of your estimate means what? It should be somewhere near and it should be somewhere logical. So this is known as indicates the error in two ways. One is the range, means 140 to 160, not 0 to 500. And second is probability of two population lying within that range. Isn't it? This was an important part for you to explain. And confidence interval means, confidence means what is the probability that my answer will lie within this range. Okay, that is known as the confidence interval. Everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything. Whatever you require for clearing JIB and CIB, you will get it over here. Okay, that's why download it fast. Okay, what do we require? We require live classes, we require books, we require tests. Everything is there over here. So immediately download it. Okay. Now, everyone, before going, see this criteria for good estimator. Good estimator means how do I do the estimation? It should be unbiased. Unbiased means I shouldn't favor anyone. Efficiency. It must give me the correct range, 140 to 160. That is efficient. If I say 0 to 500, it's not efficient. Consistency. It must consistently perform. Means giving right at one match and then giving wrong in the other matches is not a consistency. Why did Sachin Tendulkar succeed in his life? Because consistency. Okay. Sufficiency. Sufficiency means what? Sufficient. It should be, I shouldn't require anything. Means anywhere to go once I have this estimator. So these are the criteria of a good estimator. So that was it about estimation. Everyone, before going, let me tell you, join the Sankalpa batch immediately. Starting from September 4th. Okay. How to join it? Let me show you. See this Sankalpa batch, click on JIB and CIB, go to Adda 24/7. In fact, I would suggest in Adda 24/7, if you are having the app, go through the app. In the app, you have coin systems. Once you purchase, the coins are generated in your account. So that will give you huge discounts up to 1% extra. Click on CAIIB November on Adda 24/7. Once done, click on this Sankalpa batch. Look at this, starting from September 4th, it's a fresh batch coming up. So you won't miss anything. You are not losing on anything. Online live classes, test series, ebooks, recorded videos you are getting. Okay, click on these ebooks. You'll see all the ebooks, whatever are available. What are the test series available? What are the online live classes available? You'll see everything. Go through it. Okay, check the product highlights. Now see this course. Already I have purchased it. So that's why you can click on this and click on purchase. Okay, once you click on purchase, you will get this code. Right now the code going on is Moon 80. Beautiful. Means 80% off you are getting. Join it immediately. Click on this buy now over here, and then you will be able to purchase it. I'll be back tomorrow with another series. Till then, keep studying and do join the batch ASAP. Okay. Follow the complete series because we are covering all the chapters in this. So up till now we have covered up to chapter number 6th. Okay. Now we are covering chapter number 7th. Today we will be covering theory and important numerical given in your textbook. See, the unsolved numerical in the textbook will be solved over here. So that's why follow this series completely and follow this video completely. Share it with your friends. Click on this Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. Okay. Let's start with the numerical first and then I will complete the theory. First is the important numerical. The CCI stadium is considering expanding its seating capacity and needs to know both the average number of people who attended the events there and the variability in this number. Means what? There is a stadium, some location. You can call it stadium, you can call it any hall also, anything. Anywhere where the people get collected for some time. Okay. So this stadium is considering expanding its seating capacity. It has to expand the seating capacity. Needs to know the average number of people who attend events there and variability in this number. Means the people who attend the events various times. Means there are various functions or various sports events. At that time, how many people attend and a variability in this number. The following are the attendees in thousands. At 9 randomly selected. Now let's make it 9, let's make it 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 randomly selected sporting events. Okay. So these are the number of people who have attended at 5 randomly selected sporting events. Okay, now these are in thousand, so it means 8 means 8,000, 14 means 14,000, and so on. Okay, find the point estimate of the mean and variance of the population from which the sample was drawn. So we have to find out two things. One is variance, second is mean. Okay, now I'll give you the third thing also. We'll also find out the standard deviation. Standard deviation. This is also something which we need to find it out. Okay, so how to find this out? Here, let's solve this. Numericals are always the easiest one in ABM or even BFM. Okay, if you understand. If you don't understand, then the numericals become difficult. But if you understand, these questions can come for around 3 to 4 marks. And these are simply in your pocket. Okay, so that's why do attend the numericals and never ever leave the numericals, because those are the easiest one. Solving one theory will require around thinking over it. Will require per mark, you may require around 2 minutes. But for numerical, if you understand, it will require hardly 10 seconds. Okay, such is a huge difference. So look at the variability. It is 8. Means what do you mean by this? At one event there were 8,000 people. In the second event there were 14,000 people. In the third event there were 21,000 people. Fourth event 7,000 people. And fifth event 12,000 people. So there is a huge variance or huge variability. People are shifting 8, 14, 21 and immediately 7. So it has come down, isn't it? So this is known as the variability, and we have to find out the mean and variance of this. Before going ahead, everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything. Whatever we need, we get it over here. Okay. For clearing your exam, you need 3 things. One is classes, then notes, and third is ebooks. These tests. Okay. So everything you are getting it over here. That's why download it fast and start studying immediately. So let's solve the numerical. Say this. What is given? 8, 14, 21, 7 and 12. What we'll do is we'll mark them in a vertical fashion. Okay, x. I'll just write this as x. Okay, so x. Are you able to see this? One sec. Let me see. You are not able to see this. Let me mark it over here. Isn't it? We'll start from here because otherwise we'll face a problem in viewing this. Isn't it? Okay, so let's start with over here from x. Okay, so we'll first write all the 5 x's. Okay, what are the 5 x's? 8, 14, 21, 7, 12. 8, 14, 21, 21, sorry, 21. Let me clarify this. 21. Then what was it? 7 and 12. 7 and 12. Okay. 7 and 12. Okay. Now what are we to do? First, there are basically 3 questions to be answered. One is mean. How to find out the mean? Mean is very simple. Just add this and divide it. So 8 plus 14 plus 21 plus 7 plus 12. What is the total of this? Everyone. What is the total? Everyone do it. Yeah. Even I'll do it. Okay. Let's do it side by side. So what is the answer for this? 8 plus 14 plus 21 plus 7 plus 12. So the total comes out to be 62. Okay, so that is 62 over here. Let me write it. It is 62. Now immediately find the mean also. 62 divided by 5, isn't it? How many elements are there? 5. So 62 upon 5. Okay, so 5 12s are 12.4. So this is my mean. Okay, mean. So first question we have answered. Find the mean. So this is my mean. Now the second question is variance. That is a bit difficult. Variance is not easy. What is mean basically? Mean means average. If I take the average of all this, that will be this, whatever that answer we have got it. Okay, this answer 12.4. Okay. Now variance is not that easy. How to find out the variance? Firstly, what you do, you have to square these elements. Okay, so you have to square these. So what is the square of these elements? Let's look at it. So I'll write this mean over here, because then we'll be able to solve this better. Mean. Are you able to see this properly? Mean. Let me see. You're able to see this, no? Yeah, mean. So this is mean. Now next step, what we'll do is we'll do x square. X square. Okay. Square of everything. So what is the square now? Square. Do it. Everyone do the square. It is x square, means 8 square, 64. 14 square, 196. Oh, how many of you know the tables? 196, right? 21 square, 441. I remember it. Everyone remembers this? 21 square. The squares up to 30 should be by heart in your mind. Squares, at least squares. And cubes up to 15. I would say even cubes up to 30. Okay? Cubes up to 30 and squares up to 30 should be by heart in your minds. Okay? I have seen one person from IIT in one of my close relations. I have seen that person. He can recite a tables. Means like we say 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are that one. Similar tables, this person can recite up to 1000. Any table. You tell him the table of 667. He'll go on telling the table 667, 167, 667, 667, 2, and so on. You tell him the table of 814. He'll tell the table of 814. I mean, that is basically, it's not a God gift. We always call it, oh, that's a God gift. It's nothing God gift. That's basically his perseverance, his tough job which he has done. He is from IIT IIM, so that's why. Obviously, brains are different, okay? But after all, it's perseverance. Chalo, coming back to our topic. So 7 square is 49. Then 12 square is 144. Do the total, everyone. Do the total of this, okay? So total of this is, everyone, do it fast. We bankers require calci for everything, but use the calci. I would always suggest, don't apply your brains in your exam, because in your exam, you are too much busy and sometimes our brain goes in the wrong direction. So always use the calci, okay, in exam. Never try these tables, whatever I said, never try it in your exam. Don't do that, okay. What you do is, in exam you follow a calci, but for your personal level, I would suggest, remember the squares up to 30 and cubes up to 30. So what is the total of this now? Everyone, what is the total? What are you getting? Let me see. What is the total you guys are getting? Let me see. How many of you have got this total? Yes? Fast, fast. How many of you have got this? Fast. Yep. Let me remove this till that time. So the answer is yes. What is the answer? 894. Correct? 894. Comment section, how many of you have written? Let me see. Correct. Now do the average. So 894 upon these 5. These are 5 elements. So 894 upon 5. Do it, everyone. 894 upon 5 divided by 5. So what are you getting? Everyone, comment section. Yes? Comment section. I want to see it in the comment section. It is 178.8. So 178, correct, 0.8. Okay. So this is my average. Here, or everything over here given is average. Both the things. Okay. This is also average. This is also average. This is the average for the x. This is the average for x square. Okay. Now, why did we find this out? And what is the purpose of this? So here, what were we told to find out? Variance. So variance of x. Variance of x is equals to, now look at the formula, summation x square upon n minus x bar square. This is the formula for variance. Now what is variance of x square? Summation x square upon n. What did we find out over here? This is x square. This is the total. So this is summation x square. Okay. And upon n means what? Divided this 894 by these 5 numbers. So what is this? So this answer which you have got, this is equal to summation x square upon n. Okay, so you'll say, sir, now this is got. What about this x bar square? What is x bar? X bar. What do you write as bar? Bar is always the average. So here also it means this is x bar. So now we have got x bar also. Now we have got summation x square upon n also. So now write the answer. So summation x square upon n is 178.8 minus what is x bar? 12.4 square. Now you do it fine. Everyone do it fast. Give me the answer for this. I'll write the answer over here because we need space over here. Okay. So what is the answer you are getting? Everyone. Fast. Yes, fast. Minus. What is the answer you are getting? Everyone. Direct final answer. Let me see. What is the final answer you are getting? Everyone, let me check. Yes. Simple, isn't it? Just do the square of 12.4. Okay, I'll give you the answer also over here. Okay, we have some space over here. So, 178.8 minus, what is that? 12.4 square. So, 12.4 square is, yeah, 12.4 square. 153.76. 153.76. Okay. So what do we do now? Equals to just subtract this. What are you getting? Yes, everyone. 0.8. So I'm getting 25.04. Okay. 25.04. Okay. Let's make it round 25 because that will be easy. So what is this Vx? Vx equals to 25 I am getting. Vx, I'll write it over here. So Vx equals to 25. So this is my variance. What is asked over here? See this. And the variance of the population from which the sample was drawn. Variance. So this is my variance. Okay. So my variance is 25. What does it mean? What do you mean by this variance word? Variance means whatever I am getting here. Suppose if this is my average line, this is my average line 12.5, 12.4. So this variance means whatever is the deviation, standard deviation from here, this element. How many elements are there? 5, right? So 12.4. So this variance of this, first let's say I am drawing it over here. 8, let's draw whichever is lesser, let's draw them below. Whichever is above, let's draw them above. So suppose if I start drawing this, so in this case, look at this. It will be, suppose if I start drawing over here, this will be 8 because it's below, lesser. Then 14, it will be somewhere over here. Then 21, somewhere over here, right? Then 7, lesser over here. Then 12, so roughly over here only. Right? So this, whatever I am getting, this is known as deviation. Deviation. Okay. And then I find out the standard deviation from this. And from there I find out the variance. So now what did I tell you? In the start of the problem, I told you that I'll be giving you deviation also. So standard deviation formula is, it's always written as psi x. Or in a book they write it nowadays SD. Okay. So SD equals to square root of variance. So what is square root of variance? Square root of 25. Right. So it is square root of 25. So that is equal to 5. So standard deviation of psi x equals to 5. So this is my standard deviation. Okay. Now what do you mean by standard deviation? It means what? If I find the average of all these, if I go on finding the deviations, okay, and then I find a single representative of all these deviations. That will be called as standard deviation. It is a single representative of all these deviations. Net effect, you can call it. The net effect of this will be 5. Okay. And then what is variance? Variance is a square of all this. Suppose if I do the square of this difference, what was this? 7, right? 21. Na? 12.4 is over here. Then this was 21. So difference. So it will be something 9, 8.6. Similarly over here, 1.6 something 14. This was 14 now. 14 minus 12.4, right? So that difference I will take it. 21 minus 12.4. This difference I will take it. Similarly over here, 12.4 minus 8. This difference I will take it, and then I'll add this and divide it. Then I will get it as a standard deviation. Add all these and then divide it by the number of elements. That I will get it as a standard deviation. And when I do the squares of this, square of these differences, this difference square, this difference square, this difference square, this difference square, and this last difference square, and then add it, then divided by the number of elements, I'll get this as variance. So in exam, you don't do any all this headache. Keep it very simple. Use the formulae and your answer is done. Don't use this difference, then square. This is just for explanation. We are not here to do a PhD on standard deviation, right? Or variance. We have to clear CAIIB exam. So this is the basic numerical. Variance was to be found out. We found out the variance 25. Standard deviation was to be found out. We found out the standard deviation 5. Mean was to be found out. We found out the mean. Okay. So now that's done. Numerical is over. This is the way you should solve the numerical. 5 marks, many times it comes. Okay. So now let's go to the theory part. Estimates. What is an estimate? Number that represents parameters of the population. See here, parameters of the population. Your target is always the population. In my earlier lecture, I had explained you the difference between sample and population. Always remember, statistic is used for sample, and parameter is used for parameter. Okay, parameter is used for population. Okay, always remember this, population. So what is my estimate? It represents the parameter of population. It focuses strictly on population. Point estimate, a single number that is used to estimate an unknown population parameter. Single number. Just now we found out what? Mean. Mean was what? Mean is a point estimate. We found out what? Variance. Variance is also a point estimate because it's a single number. We found out standard deviation. So that is also a single number. So that is also a point estimate. Whichever gives you a point estimate or single number, that is known as a point estimate. Okay. Everyone subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel on your mobile. In this channel, you will be getting the number 1 latest updates on IIBF. Very important updates. Whatever updates are there on JIB and CIB, you get it over here. Explained. Okay. Next is you get the free YT series, free YouTube series. Right now, what are you watching? You are watching the Sankalpa series on ABM, free YouTube series. It's free. Are you paying for this? No. So whatever is free, grab it fast. Subscribe to this channel, click on the bell icon, click on this like button, share it with your friends. Isn't it? Sharing is caring. Okay. Interval estimate describes a range of values within which the population parameter is likely to lie. Range of values. Range. What do you mean by interval estimate? I'll give a simple example. Today the price of my, let's say, flat. Okay. Let's say, keep it very simple. We'll keep it in the simplest language. Flat. Suppose the flat or the house in which you guys are living, I am living. Okay. Let's say the flat's price is right now, let's say 60 lakhs. Okay. Keep it some simple, smaller figure. 60 lakhs. Now after 1 year, what will be the cost of this flat? After 1 year. So I can definitely say 60 lakhs means, can I say? No, after 1 year it will be 66.6 lakhs. Can I say that? Have you seen anyone? when you give the rough predictions or estimations, do you say that 66.6 lakhs will be the cost of this flat? What do you say? It will be around in the range of 65 to 70 lakhs, isn't it? So this is known as interval estimate, range of values. This is known as minimum value, this is known as maximum value, within which the population parameter is likely to fall. So this 66.6 will lie in between this. Okay. So there in my earlier lecture I have explained the good estimator qualities plus this what is the interval estimate. Kindly follow that also. Confidence level. The probability associated with the interval estimate means what? What is the probability that my final price, whichever will be there after 1 year of this flat, will lie in this range only? Means, suppose if I tell that my flat's price is today 60 lakhs and after 1 year it will be between 65 to 70. And what happens? Actually after 1 year, this price goes to 50 lakhs. There is some problem in that area, something happened and it goes to 50 lakhs. There is my estimate. I had given the estimate of 65 to 70. What is the price? 50 lakhs. Or reverse case, I am saying 65 to 70 and the price goes to 85 lakhs. Something good happens in that area. So where is my estimate? So this is known as the probability associated. The final answer should lie between these. What is the probability associated that my final answer will lie in this range? Okay. This indicates how confident we are that the interval estimate will include the population parameter. Means this population parameter means this 66.66 mean. So this estimate should include 65 to 70 should include the 66.6. If it lies, actually it lies after 1 year, this figure. Actually it goes to 66.6. Then I won. It means my logic was correct. But if it goes to 85 lakhs, then my logic was wrong. If it goes to 50 lakhs, my logic was wrong. So this shows you the confidence level. How confident we are. Okay. Everyone join the Sankalpa batch starting from September 4th. ABM, BFM, ABFM, BRBL, all the 4 subjects are covered. Numericals, objective questions, case studies, everything is covered. Join it fast because exams are near. Okay, we are getting 80% off right now. 80% off. Moon 80, 80% off. Moon 80 code. Moon, right? Moon. Why moon? Can anyone tell me why moon? Chandrayaan 3, right? Yeah. So moon 80. So that's why. Okay, go to Adda 24/7. I would always suggest you to go through the app. In the app, you are getting 1% extra. Okay, so go to Adda 24/7. JIB and CIB, click on this. Then in the app, you will be getting the coin systems. The coin systems, you go on purchasing, these coins will give you 1% extra approximately. So click on JIB and CIB, click on CIB November. Done. Now click on this Sankalpa batch English one. English. See this. 300 hours online live classes, 78 test series, 65 ebooks. Click on this test series or anything. You will see the test series various module wise, chapter wise. Then you will see ebooks, various ebooks given over here. Online classes, you will see the live classes over here. So that's why join it ASAP. Okay, because this look at this code now, Moon 80. Look at the fees. Fees is 23,999 reduces to 4,799. Such a huge discount. 80% off you are getting. Isn't it a huge offer? Similarly for this Mahapack, I would always suggest you to go for Mahapack. In Mahapack, what do you get? You get around this 80% off is there, but you get double validity as well. So click on this buy now. Okay, look at this. Since validity is 6 months over here now. So 4,799 is the price you are getting is 23,999 reduces to 4,799. Isn't it a huge discount? Okay, so go for it right now. Tomorrow I will be back with another series. Till then, keep studying and do join the batches ASAP. Okay, bye. Hi friends, welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in the Sankalpa series for ABM and we are covering today chapter number 7. In this series, we are covering all the important theory, numericals, objective questions of the subject. So today is a numericals day. So we'll be covering numericals today. So let's start. Okay. Sure, I'll be covering one important case study which is asked in the exam for generally 5 marks. Okay. So this case study will be there for 5 marks at any cost. Either the names will be different, something will be different, but the logic will be the same. Okay. So, and then I'll be covering the theory later. Okay. So today's schedule is numerical, case study and this theory. A marriage hall is planning for an expansion. So there is a marriage hall, some marriage hall. They are planning for some expansion. The following are the attendees in 5 randomly selected events. Mean these are the last 5 events in which the people had come there. So in thousands, it's a big marriage hall. Look at this. It is 12,000, 14,000, 21,000, 7,000 and 16,000. So big marriage hall. Okay. So these are the number of attendees in last 5 events. Find the point estimate of the mean and the variance and the standard deviation of the population from which the sample is drawn. Okay. So we have 3 questions now. One is mean, second is variance, and third is standard deviation. Right? All the 3. Now, firstly, before solving this, you need to understand what is mean, what is variance, what is standard deviation. Okay. So point estimate, remember this word point estimate means only single digit answer. That is the meaning of point estimate. So this mean has a single digit answer, right? This variance has a single digit answer, yes. This standard deviation is a single digit, yes. Okay. So these are all the single digit answers. What are the other ones? Can anyone tell me? As we have mean over here, what are the other ones which are again the single digit answers for this this marriage hall or any event which can be the single digit answer? Mean. Second one can be anyone. It can be median, correct? Median, right? And the third one can be mode, right? Mean, median, mode, then variance, standard deviation. These are all the single digit answers where you get a single digit. Okay. So let's find this out. This mean means what? Mean is very simple. Average. I'll write it over here. Mean means mean equals to average. That's very simple. Now, second part is variance and standard deviation. These are all connected. Means what? Suppose if what do I mean by this? Let's see. Let me show you this. Suppose if I'm having this line, this is the mean line, mean. Okay. And there's one point over here, other point over here. 2 points are there. Let's say only 2. Okay. So this distance from this line is known as a deviation. Deviation. Okay. For this point number 1. Similarly over here, this distance is again known as a deviation. But this is negative deviation and this is positive deviation. That is the difference. Okay. So whenever I'll calculate this, do the total of this here. My next target is what? Standard deviation. So we have to find a standard deviation of both the points. How do I find it out? For finding it out, what will I do? I'll add all these. Whatever is on the above top side, numerator, and whatever is on the denominator, bottom side. Okay. So my answer over here will be this. Let's say this is x. Okay. And this is y. So my answer over here will be x minus y for deviation, net deviation. Now this divided by how many elements are there? 1 plus 1, 2. So this divided by 2. This will be my standard deviation. Standard deviation. Okay. So standard deviation is all the distances on the above minus all the distances on the below, right? Divided by number of elements. Okay. So that is standard deviation. So what is variance then? Variance is also simple. Variance means, remember, variance will always be positive. Means what? How to find out the variance then? See here, this x will take it x square. Okay. Similarly over here, this y will take it y square. Because variance is always the square of standard deviation. Okay. So x square plus y square. This divided by number of elements again. How many elements are there? 2. So this is how variance is found out. Okay, there is another formula also for variance. Variance equals to standard deviation square. Okay, that is the variance meaning. Now let's find out in this problem how to find this out here. Firstly, how many elements are given? Remember, the elements given are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 elements are given. So what we'll do, we'll first find out the mean. So before going ahead, everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, whatever you want. For clearing JIB and CIB, you'll get it over here. Okay, so download it right now. Now let's solve the problem. So the problem over here is, what are the elements given? 12, 14, 21, 7 and 16. Okay, let me remember this. Okay, so here I'll draw it over here. Let me draw this because here I'm having my video, right? So I'll write this as X. X. So what are the figures? 12. Then what was the other one? 14, 21, 7, 16. 14, 21, 7, 16. 14, 21, 7 and 16. Right? 16. Okay. So now this is X. What have we to do? We have to find out mean first. Mean. Okay. So how to find out the mean? So this to find out the mean, what I'll do is I'll shift this over here on this side. Okay. So the mean over here, I'll write it over here. Okay. Mean means what? Suppose if I have to find out the mean means the total of these. Everyone do the total. 12 plus 14 plus 21 plus 7 plus 16. Do the total over here. Everyone. Find the total. Yeah. It is. Everyone just do it. Yeah. Get me the answer. Yes. What is the answer? 12 plus, let's do it over here. Okay. So 12 plus 14 plus 21 plus 7 plus 16. Right. So it comes to 70. The total is 70 over here. 70. Okay. I'll write this total over here. Total. Okay. This is total. T, we'll write it T. Now second is average. What is the average then? Average. Average means what? This 70 divided by number of elements. How many elements are there? 5. So average is what? 70 upon 5. So it is 14. Right? So this is my mean. Mean. So one answer I have already got it now. Mean. What are the answers required? 3 answers are required. One is mean. Second is variance. And third is standard deviation. So one answer I have already got it. Mean. Right? Now I have to find out the variance. How to find the variance? Look at this. For finding the variance, what we'll do is we'll do x square. X square. Okay. Now this is a bit difficult one. Everyone try your x square over here. X square means square of these terms. Okay. Up to this only, not the total. Okay. So 12 square. What is the 12 square? Everyone. 12 square. Give me the answer. 12 square. Everyone. Yes. 12 square. It is correct. 144. Up to 30, it must be by heart. 14 square. 14 square. Yes, it is. 14 square. 196. Correct. 196. 196. 21 square. Everyone. 21 square. 441. Correct. 441. Correct. 7 square. 49. 16 square. 16 square is, everyone, 16 square is, yes, 256, correct, 256. Here, always you remember the tables by heart, okay, yeah, because that is very important. At least up to 30 I would suggest, at least up to 20 you must know. Okay, tell me everyone. 15 square, 225, 16 square, 256, 17, 289, 18, 324. 19, 361 and 20th is 400. At least up to 20 you must remember it by heart. Now do the total of all these. Total. What is the total you are getting? I'll write it over here. Total. And then I have to find the average also. Average. So what is the total over here? Do the total of all these, everyone. Do the total of all these. 144 plus 196 plus 441 plus 49 plus 256, right? So it comes to 1086. What are you getting, everyone? Is everyone getting me? Give me the answer from your side also. What is the answer you are getting? Yes, yes. It is correct. 1086. So the answer over here is 1086. But I have to find the average also. Remember, average. So average means 1086 divided by 5. Again, 1086 divided by 5, right? Upon 5. Everyone do it. 1086 divided by 5. What are you getting? What are you getting? 217.2. This is my average. Okay. Now I've got all these terms. So x I've got it, x square I've got it. Now what do I want? I want standard deviation and variance. Okay. First get the formula for variance. Variance is very easy. Variance equals to, look at this, summation x square upon n minus x bar square. Okay, summation x square upon n minus x bar square. Now do it, everyone. What is summation x square upon n? Do we have this anything over here? Summation x square upon n? Or will you have to find it out? Just everyone find it out. Let me see. Give me in the comment section. What is this summation x square upon n? Everyone, fast, fast, fast. It is. Isn't it simple? See here, we have already found it out. 217.2. So it is 217.2. So this is summation x square upon n. Minus x bar. What is x bar? 14, right? 14. So 14 square. 14 square. So do it now. 217.2 minus 196. Just now we did it. 14 square is. So it is what? 217.2 minus 196. So it is 207217. So 20.21, right? 21.2, right? So this is my variance. What is it that I have been asked? One is variance. Second is standard deviation. Now once I get the variance, standard deviation is very easy. Why? Because standard deviation formula is what? Standard deviation equals to SD. Okay, some books write it psi also, psi. Standard deviation equals to square root of variance. So what is square root of variance? It is square root of 21.2, right? So what is square root of 21.2, everyone? Do it on the calci. Okay, 21.2 and then square root of that. Everyone, it comes to 4.6, correct? 4.6. This is my standard deviation. So now I've got both the answers. My standard deviation is, I'll write it over here, standard deviation equals to 4.6 and variance equals to 21.2. Okay, and mean equals to 14. So this is my final answer. Standard deviation, variance and mean, right? Now suppose if I ask you in this series whatever is given, let me ask you one more question. So what we'll do is, let me remove this now because it's, you all know these things now. All this variance means what, standard deviation means what, I have already explained. Now in this series, if I ask you what is the median, if I ask you what is the median, how will you find it? Median. Mean we have found out. If I ask you the median, what do we do? For mean, what do we do is we arrange them in the serial order. So serial order means 7, then let's say 12, then 14, then what? 7, 12, 14, then 16 and 21. Arrange them in either ascending or descending. And the central number over here will be the median. So median equals to 14. What is the mode over here? Mode. Mode means the number which comes maximum number of times. Maximum, remember this, maximum number of times. That is known as mode. Okay. So what is coming maximum number of times over here? No one. 7 is also one time, 12 is also one time, 14 is also one time, 16 one time, 20 on one time. So you're getting everything one time. So whenever you have such thing that everything is one time, all are modes. All are modes. Okay, remember this. All are modes. Got it, everyone? So this is how we find out the mean, mode, median. Then we find out the standard deviation. We find out the variance. We find out the mean as such. Okay. This problem in exam comes for 5 marks generally. This variance and standard deviation. They'll ask you mean, mode, median also in this, so that they cover 5 marks over here. But remember, the basic step over here is getting the x, then getting the x square, and then x square upon n. Then subtracting it. This formula is very important for n. Summation x square upon n minus x bar square. This formula is of utmost importance. Okay. Now let's cover some theory. What is the estimate? Okay. Firstly, have you got this numerical, everyone? Just type yes in the comment section if you have understood it. Type yes fast, fast, fast. Such a very easy numerical, isn't it? So type yes in the comment section fast. Right? Yeah. Let's do it now. Next theory. Estimates. What is an estimate? Estimate means the number that represents the parameter of a population. Now remember, estimate is always for population. Okay. Estimate is always done for population. Parameter for population. Okay. So whenever I am using the word estimate, I am using it for population always. But it is derived from the samples. Remember. Means what we do, this is my total population. So I take samples over here. Then come up with a number. That is not any mean of this mean. Okay. Mean of this and the third one. All the means I take it, right? So using this means I find the mean of the population. Mean of population. This is what I find it out without doing the actual survey of the population. So mean of the population is found out using, see this derived from the sample, derived from the mean of the samples. Okay. This part for population is always known as parameter. Parameter. Mean of population is a parameter. And mean of sample is a, suppose if I take it for sample, this is known as statistic. Statistic. Okay. Mean of sample is a statistic and mean of population is a parameter. So estimate is always for population. Always remember this. Point estimate. A single number that is used to estimate an unknown population parameter. Single number. Single number means just now we found out. Mean we found out. Median we found out. Mode we found out, right? This single number. Then also we found out standard deviation, variance. So this single number that is used to estimate the unknown population parameter. It's always for population. Your target should always be population. It should not be the sample. These are derived from the samples, but our target is always the population. Okay. Everyone subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting number one, latest updates from IABF. Very important. See here, IABF gives you regular updates on JIB and CIB. Some notifications, some timings, changes, something, anything. So any notification which you get, it is immediately explained on Adda 24/7. Explanation is also important. You must understand it, isn't it? So updates. And second point is very important. This is free YT series, free YouTube series. Right now you are watching the free YouTube series, right? Sankalpa batch. So similarly, free YouTube series is available for all the subjects. That's why subscribe to the channel right now. Click on the bell icon. Okay. Also click on the like button. Share it with your friends. Okay. So that's why remember updates, latest updates and free YT series. Very important one. Subscribe, click on the bell icon. Do it fast. Okay. Interval estimate describes the range of values within the population within which the population parameter is likely to lie. Means what? Here, interval, point and interval, separate estimates. Point means just now we saw it mean, mode, median. Interval means what? Interval means it is between the upper and the lower limit. Upper and the lower limit. Okay. So this is known as lower limit, minima. Minima. Okay. And second is maxima. And your answer will lie between these minima and maxima. Okay. So I can tell you, for example, let's say, what will be the score of Indian cricket team in, let's say, any match which is coming up in future, let's say coming World Cup. What will be the score of Indian team in the World Cup? Can anyone tell me strictly that? Yes, it will be, if it's a 2020, it will be 185, or it can be 120, it can be 80, it can be 87, nothing. We can give an estimate. It can be between this range. Between this range means minima and maxima. So, suppose repo rate. Can you definitely tell me what will be the repo rate for RBI after 2 months, this new monetary policy? You can never. You can give the range. Range means what? Within which the answer should lie. Okay. So describes the range of values within which the population parameter is likely to lie. Right? And what is the confidence level? Confidence level means the probability associated with the interval estimate. Means this interval estimate, where up to what range will the answer of my lie over here? Repo. Let's say repo rate. So what are the chances my repo rate will lie within this range, this upper and the lower? Okay. Suppose if the maximum, I say repo rate is, let's say, let's say it is, I'll give a range of 7.5 over here, and let's say over here I'll give it 5.5. And imagine this repo rate, I'm saying that it will lie between 7.5 and 5.5. If it actually comes out to be 6.5, then it's okay. It means it is within this range. But if the repo rate comes out to be 3, then it is far below the expected range. So that's why confidence level means what? The probability associated with the interval estimate. What is the probability that this answer will lie within this range? Okay. This indicates how confident we are that the interval estimate will include the population parameter. Okay. Now everyone, before going, join Adda 24/7. Join this Adda 24/7 app right now. Download it, and importantly, join the classes. This Sankalpa batch has already started. Join it fast because exams are near. Okay. Let me show you. Go to Adda 24/7. I'll suggest you to go through the app. In the app, you're getting 1% extra using the coin systems. You go on collecting the coins and they will fetch you higher returns. Okay. So click on JIB and CIB. Then click on CIB November 23. Click. Now look at this. See the Sankalpa batch starting from 4th of September. Very important. Okay. Use the code RAKI80 to get 80% off. Look at it. On 300 hours of online classes, 78 test series, 65 ebooks. You can click on these and check the details. Ebooks, all the details are given. Test series, module wise test series, chapter wise test series are given. Okay. Then online classes, these live classes, click on them. You'll see the classes. Okay. That's why join it ASAP. Click on the code RAKI80 and click buy now. Okay. So this RAKI80 23,999 reduces to 4,799. 6 months validity, 80% off. That's why apply it right now. Also, you can join the Mahapack using the similar one. In Mahapack, you are getting double validity plus this 80% off. Okay. In Mahapack, you get multiple batches also. So that's why join it ASAP. I'll be back tomorrow with another series. Till then, keep studying and do join the batches. Okay. Bye.